My name is Aisha Bagudu, chairperson and founder of Malpai Foundation. Today we're talking about grief, because of grief, what people go through when they're grieving. We're also talking about how do we help each other when a friend is grieving. And we're going to talk about pain, depression during grief. How do you detect griefs? What lead people to go in the wrong path while they're grieving? We're going to talk about grief in general and any other things that relate with grief. What causes that grief? What causes excess of happiness when you are grieving as well? So let's take it on. Habib.
Okay, I think, since we have a psychologist in our midst, let her shed more light on, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Earlier on the program, some people were talking about grief, and everyone was talking about losing someone or losing something or a pet. Now, when we say grief, a lot of people think about losing someone when you can actually grow up with grief, even before knowing who you are. Now, when you lose, when you miss out something from your childhood, there was someone I knew that was neglected. Well, she's late. She was neglected as a child. Her parents were very wealthy. They didn't have time for her. Yeah, she had everything materially, but the attention. And the pain didn't come until later in life when she was making some life changes, some adjustments, and some things that needed to be there in her life as a child that was missing. Now, that was where her own grief came. And then, I like referring to Elizabeth Kubler's stages of grief, like the anger, then the denial, and then the bargaining. Like when the anger comes, you feel the pain. Then the denial, you go like, no, it's not possible. Then the bargaining is when you go like, other scenarios like, what if this had happened? What if? And then some people from there go into depression. They don't really have to go in the same sequence. Some people start from the bottom. Then after the depression, then comes the acceptance. So like someone was talking about how you can avoid or prepare. I am a Muslim, and it's easy for me to talk to other Muslims because they will understand. Because I can tell you, you can't when you prepare, you don't stop it from coming, but you know. Like a very brief story, I have to say a very short story. A lady that woke up in the morning and then realized her husband he couldn't wake up, and they were rushed to the hospital. They said he was in a coma. And then everybody was coming and telling her stories. I know someone that was in a coma for a year. He woke up and he was fine. I know someone, and she was listening. But she said the story that caught her, that really helped, was of a lady that came in and told her of a couple that looked to have kids, and they didn't have for so many years. They eventually got a baby girl, and the doctor told them she wouldn't last 5 months. Now, they lived with the daughter for 5 years. I'm talking about these people they're in the US, but they're Indians, Pakistanis. So the lady said those 5 years they spent, a few months they're in the hospital, a few months they're at home. Then each time they go to the hospital, they don't expect to come back with the daughter. They stayed for 5 years. The 5th year, when they went to the hospital, the daughter died. But what did the husband say? He said, Alhamdulillah, because of the 5 beautiful years that they were given with this child that they never expected and did not know they were going to have. Now she turned to the lady and said, those wonderful 14 years and those beautiful 4 kids that Allah gave you and gave you time to spend with him, say Alhamdulillah. She said that was what kept her going. She grieved, but she knew she was living on borrowed time. She knew she was living on borrowed time. Let me tell you something I've never said in my life. I've never even said to my siblings, I lost my mom when I was 6. But we did not grieve. We were not allowed to mourn. Do you understand? When I was 6, what they did, my dad was posted to the US. So my mom died after our visas came out. I was 6. What they did was they brought down all her pictures. Do you know, up till now, there is no single picture, only the ones we picked from our grandparents' house. There was never any of her picture in my house growing up. So we packed up and left the country. Do you understand? So it was like a closed chapter. So at what point do you grieve? At what point do you mourn? Do you understand? It was like a forbidden topic. We had a stepmother and then we had another one and then the topic was dead. So that is another level that you don't even know when it comes, when you grieve or when you get depressed, or even if you get depressed or even if you're still dealing with it. So there are so many things. And then someone was talking about betrayal. That can also make you grieve. And when you talk about taking alcohol, how alcohol? No. Well, take whatever substance.
Yes.
Whatever substance that numbs the pain. The pain. Now, how do you know to take that to numb the pain? How do you know? If you've never taken it and then you're depressed, how do you know? How would you start getting it? Where will you get it from? How will you know it will work? So you have to keep positive community relationships. Because when you have one bad friend that comes to visit you, when you take this, you'll not feel. Do you understand? But if you have very positive people around you, they will talk about community ties, they will talk about religion, they will talk about things that you positive. So that really helps. It doesn't make it go away, but it makes it easier. Easier because you know that you are also on borrowed time if it's a loss of someone. And if it's a material thing, you know that you didn't come to this world with it. It just helps you accept easier because when the anger comes, the denial, the bargaining, the depression, and then the acceptance, it won't take that long. It will just come in a short span. Well, that's just my brief for now before we go into deep and questions. Thank you so much.
Presently, let's say we are going to.
You have to put the mic on.
Topic also.
Yeah.
And when I saw the topic, I thought it was because of
because of you people that are
the topic. That the topic was raised.
Yeah.
So, we're still in the process of grieving Mama. Mm-hmm. We lost her like 3 weeks ago. We have always been together, right from for a long time. So,
how do you feel? Okay, now, let me get something out of you. How do you feel? Because I know she died right in front of you.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? How are you feeling? How are you coping? What do you think of the world in general?
Yes, the day she died, I was in Brain Cave, but I came that time. I went back just to see her because the picture I saw of her wasn't okay, so I had to come back home. So when I saw her, so I was somehow relieved, but due to time, she went. And the reason why I'm a little bit ease on the grave is that she died in my presence. I was able to see the process and everything, so it helps also. I think I'm getting better with words.
You feel it's just something that will just happen?
It will happen. I'm aware that it will happen. That's to everyone.
You saw the sign?
I saw the sign and everything. So it was a little, even the steps, when her veins were no more, everything. I was taking part in the process before she got her.
So that helps you with it's helping you with your grief.
It helps.
You feel as if she's at peace. She has a relief of her pain.
She's a very.
And it's also maybe you may feel that satisfaction that you did not miss anything out from her by assisting her by doing a lot of things
we have been close for a very long time. So she's the kind of person who joke a lot. Yes, I think that was what helped me because all the process, I've been part of all the process till she left us. So I think it helps.
Yes.
So I personally, I wouldn't say I've directly come in contact with like grief per se, but then I've been in places like, your close friends, your loved ones, where they lose someone. And I feel you just feel really helpless because for a fact, there's nothing you can do or say that will make this person that you love so much feel better. So as a friend, as a loved one, you feel kind of stuck and you can't necessarily ask the person, what can I do to help you? And sometimes, like, you know how someone will pass and then you'll be with the person every day. Sometimes, even that, you may feel like you're disturbing the person because the person might want to shut everyone out. So it's a bit conflicted because it's like, do I like keep on coming here even though the person is pushing me away? Or do I keep my distance, but then the person might now feel later on that I wasn't there for them? So I think I actually have a question for the group. Like, how would you help somebody that you care about get through grief? How can you support a person without making them feel like you're just disturbing them? And how do you show them in that moment that they still have love from your side without triggering whatever emotion it is they're going to?
I want to confirm what Sister Amina have said. She mentioned 3 steps. I think the last one, the bargaining.
The third, there are 5.
Okay, the third one is the bargaining period, which seems to be like the period of facing reality. Healing process for a grieving person is divinely. It's something that nobody can help you heal. People can support, but it just has to be like a miracle to heal. This will just take me to answer Mariam for what she has said, that how do you help? The only way you can help a grief person is just to be patient with them, because at that point, they behave very funny. Them are people that have gone in scenes, just more difference, because it's at a point you feel like they are not appreciating you. Just be patient with them. Mommy sent some of my friends to come and take me out. They took me out. I was there, but I wasn't there, but they didn't know. I was just there, but I know I wasn't there. They didn't know. And I was also pretending like I was flowing with them. She dropped me at home and she was happy that she has done something. I appreciated her a lot. But I went back to my grief. Like she didn't do anything. So that is why anybody that is going through grief and they are pretty close to them, just be patient with them. Sometimes they want to stay alone so they don't see anybody. Sometimes they feel like they are neglected even. Even when everybody is trying, they are not seeing anybody. My elder sister, she'll be 17 soon. When I was in that period, the first few days, for the first time in my life to feel like I hate her. Because I felt like I see myself as the baby of the house, as my mom sees me as the baby of the house. Now, my elder sister, who has kids that are my senior, I didn't see that so much love coming from her. Even though in her own past, she felt she was trying, but I didn't see it. I started hating her immediately. So now, you just have to be patient with somebody who is grieving. And I was asking somebody, I even asked my friend that, bonding with family or friends or people, does it have disadvantage? Because I felt in the family, I grieved the most because I felt I had this too much bond with my mom. So I started feeling like maybe you shouldn't bond with people. Even your kids shouldn't have this too much bond. So that I can't imagine my kids going through what I'm going through when I'm no more, because the pain is unbearable. My daughter told me this morning, Mommy, when your grandmom died, did Mama suffer what you're suffering? Can you just tell me the story? And I kept quiet for a moment because she felt like I am punishing them with my grief. And I told her, I said, look, Mommy have called me that, Mariam, think about your kids. I said, people are caring about you. They are thinking about you. So they are telling me to behave well, because of few people. So it's not as if I don't know. But everybody has to be patient right now. It's not my doing. So Mariam, if you have a friend who is grieving and associates, just be patient with that person and be praying for them. Like I said earlier, healing is divinely. There is no manual. And you don't even prepare for it. Well, psychologist said, or the therapist said, you can be prepared. Even if you are prepared, when it hits you, you forget about the preparation. When it hits, my daughter says something like, you start thinking, is it Fatima that says so you that you've not done enough what you will have done for them? Everybody is saying you did your best, you did good to your mom, but I still feel like I didn't do anything now that she's gone. So it's always like that. The blaming, the everything, the hope, so many things. Your world just gets scattered. Yes, you just feel like, let God just end everything. Let everybody go and rest because here. So many things happen. Patience. Nothing works at that period. I read Quran. I kept reading Quran. If you go to my room now, look at Quran, look at my prayer mat, I read and it's like it's not working. You read Quran. So people that go into substance abuse, they shouldn't be judged. They should pity those people. When we went to my mother's village, I saw somebody I used to know. And she greeted me, she hugged me, she was smelling alcohol. And I asked quietly, what's wrong with her? Why is she smelling like this? Somebody answered me that since her mother died, she has been like this. So nobody even cared about her. She's even judged, people are even discarding her. That since her mother died, she has been like this. So see what I'm going through. If not for Almighty Allah, that every day you said, yeah, can I put where you can stay in, you want Allah to get you to the right path. It's anything, you can do anything. And at that period, let me add this before I drop the mic. At that period of this grief, for some young ones, even adults, people take advantage. They want to take advantage of a child that lost the mom, that is in this grief. People come into their life and want to take advantage of them one way or the other. So it's a very difficult period that it is only Almighty Allah that can see us through. People are trying. Family, friends, say thank you to them. We appreciate them. But family and friends should just be patient with anybody that is grieving. Thank you.